Welcome to the first episode of Beyond the Surface with Bhargavi. Well, I'm your host, and today we have two incredible guests, Souryadeepta and Om Prakash. Well, they are the dynamic duo behind SOMFIN, which is a fintech startup. Join us as we explore their journey, uncovering the challenges and triumphs of managing their startups while pursuing their undergraduate studies. So let's get started.
A brief introduction about yourself so that our audience comes to know whom we are talking with today.
So, hello, the founder and CEO of SOMFIN. I'm into research as well. Currently, a Google Scholar and have created SD hypothesis in classical physics, in classical mechanics rather. So, this is a part of it. So, sharing parts of this journey will be insightful, I guess.
That's great. That's great.
Myself, Prakash, and I'm just founder of the SOMFIN, and we are just working on that idea.
Since you both are into startup and you are students also, so I would like to start with the startup point of view, like how your mindset developed in that way and how you got interested in that field.
We usually think a startup as some signing opportunity, some great lucrative things as a student to take an approach of or some initiate some things.
Correct.
But when it comes to the original resource, which literally helps, or the environment which literally builds the startup or
Correct.
support people with the similar mindset, somehow we lack due to the goals or the opportunity we have or the view to the path. Like, okay, I have this goals, or I'm currently pursuing degree. I doesn't have to mess with my degree, or I have this course going on. I have to
Correct.
focus on my grades or doing things or something I have to pursue. Along with that, when it comes to the another approach, people thinks, okay, I have to take like, okay, it's my passion. I love to do it. Yep. The main thing with the startup is core of both. You should have the passion. Along with that, you have to focus on your goals and along with your day-to-day activity and what you have vision about that idea.
Right. So you need to have passion for something, and then also you need to focus on your goal because it should not compromise any of the two, right? So when you have passion, you have that inner fire to give your time and your energy into that particular thing, and that's how you are working right now. You are doing your degree as well as your startup as well. You are focusing on that.
I'm not doing this for
Correct.
like selling stuff or something. So, it's like I see this as a problem in my daily life. It's an anomaly, and I can solve it. I have the skills and I have that madness to solve it.
I think that is definitely a very important thing that you mentioned about startups.
And one little extra thing I can add up. The main thing we have to focus is even with the passions and goals we have. Like, yep, there is many things going on, and there is also there must be a problem you have to solve, because if you wanna really be a successful or have some great option in the startup, you have to focus on the problem. But along with that, does it really fitting some need? Does it, because at the end of the day, startup is just a business. Business in the simple word I have read in some books, like it was mentioned clearly that startup is an enterprise which has just waken up from the losing money and now going to lose more money. So it's not about the making money, because in the initial days, even after you got the successful, okay, you have the bunch of millions transaction going on, you have the customers going on. It's okay. You have to again reinvent your pathway. Like, okay, now I have solved this problem. What another sub problems is categorizing? What my should? That's what I was talking about. The goals. Goals, like if you like simply, if you have passion to learn the guitar or something, okay, you got the guitar. Now things are done. The goals would be like buy a guitar, have a good tutor, and do a rigorous practice. Like, if you want to learn something or sing something, that's what I was making to add. Also, people follow that path. Like, okay, I have some idea, I pursue that as a startup. I got a unicorn, or I got at some level. Now I will sell it off or replace it off, and I have another idea to pursue. You can try it out. Many people do that, but for keeping up in that game or being consistent with your idea is the great thing you have to pursue as a startup or as a founder.
Correct. Also, it's really important to try out on new things, and so that you know what fits for your audience well. So would you like to elaborate on this?
When it comes to the audience, the main thing is the diversity. Not about only the diversity, containing that value which you have started on. Like, if you are, like, suppose you have created a channel which have some goals or some things to pursue. Okay, I have this idea. I will pursue this content only for my this channel, because you can see there is many genre, especially in the entertainment categories and news category. Or like, you are interviewing us, it's also a special genre for getting the audience. But not only about the interacting with the customer. Like, the main part, when it comes to interacting with the audience or customer, we learn many things. That not only you like, when you add the spices in the food, it's not about only containing the taste. It's about spreading that taste, so that thing people become aware of. Like, okay, I wanna this is my taste, or I wanna try that out. So
Correct.
that's what we are trying to do. Yep.
That's
In
amazing.
startup, that's how a startup mature. Like there was some idea you started upon. Now you get with the customer, or suppose in your case, audience given the feedback. Okay, this is good, this is bad, and now you
Right.
are changing upon pivoting your decision or try test and trial phase. You are trying upon.
Correct. I would now like to bring the point towards the research, the mindset of students after passing out their high school, and what do they think about research. So I would like to know, since you are students of IIT Madras, and you are also into research, and you are working on your startup. So I think it would be great to hear about research part as well from you.
Research is a field which is not very much highlighted. And
Right. Correct.
so, firstly, I would say all the students, like almost like from this course, if we keep the non-science people, so
Right.
from the non-science people, all those who are from the humanities background.
Hmm.
Okay, so that sums up to some like lakhs or something.
Right.
So they have this career to pursue in research where only like some hundreds go into this UPSC and stuff,
Correct.
and the rest of them they either go into teaching or they go into research profession.
Right.
In commerces, most of them they go into professional career, but whereas in science, in our IIT as well,
Hmm.
I would say like okay, only like 0.5 or 1% people they actually come up in these institutes,
Okay.
but mostly are into engineering and like even into if you see this research degrees of BS, MS, PhD,
Right.
and this trajectory.
Right.
So this is not a very highlighted degree. So like we not only have this data science and electronics and this all, like
Yes.
we have core science degrees as well, like physics and
Right.
BSMS in chemistry probably in IITs
Hmm.
or maybe in IT and all. So so yeah, that's
Right.
there. But people are more into this type of a mindset that okay, I'll be earning as soon as possible.
Right.
So everyone is like, okay, I'll be gaining money. I'll
Hmm.
be like getting the highest of it. Like I would say media is somewhat a part of this thing
Yeah.
where they actually
Even I.
glorify
Yes.
that okay, we have got this crores of packages. Where
Hmm.
actually you see like in startups like Om will be able to relate this. Like it's all
Right.
about ESOP and CTC, where you actually get all
Yes.
these crores, it scales down to lakhs, and then you have that country's taxes, that country's
Hmm.
living standards. And based on that, if you see it's a mere 20 to 25,000 salary. So even
Um,
if it's sounding like I'm earning 4 to 5 lakhs per month, it's
yes.
like it's like I'm just having this 20 to 25,000 salary
Right.
in my account. So yeah, on research, what happens is like they get to go deep, and all those stable jobs in current corporates. Like nowadays, we don't require proper developers, as we have this
Hmm.
developers AI coming up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
it's
Devin
Darwin,
AI,
right?
Devin.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Devin AI.
Darwin AI. So yeah, like these types of projects are coming up. So we
Hmm.
don't need very basic software things, and even hardware projects they require consistent employees.
Right.
So what we require is like thorough researchers who think of the future, who think of the present, and they develop these types of deep stuff.
Correct. Correct.
So like people are not much into researchers. Like even
Hmm.
I would say most of them like they're like pursuing their BTechs in sciences, I would say, and
Yes.
in commerce and others, I'm not talking about. I'm generalizing into science fields because of
Hmm.
my more exposure there.
Yeah.
Uh, so mostly like they're pursuing their BTechs and then mostly will go for an MBA and go into some sales line or commercial job,
Yes.
and else they'll pursue MTech and go into some more engineering based job.
Right.
But there is like probably 1% of this population which
Hmm.
who actually decide to come up with a PhD,
Oh.
and they enroll in PhD programs, and
Hmm.
there they actually start realizing that okay, this is the exact place I need to come up to actually conclude something. There also 30% of the startups are being led by PhDs,
Oh.
and also like if you see for our all leading startups currently, not startups rather, leading companies currently.
Hmm.
Previously, OpenAI was one.
Yeah.
So their co-founder and founder they are PhDs.
Oh.
Like think of the same thing. Think of the all types of dynamics of all these things.
Hmm.
You end up being the most perfect module of
Correct.
or bring up with the most perfect solution of the market.
Right.
So that's something that somehow people can actually enhance this startup culture by like integrating research into it. People mostly
Absolutely.
are like afraid of researchers due to this low success rates and many like a very non-glamorous things. Like me, when
Yes.
I was into research papers, I couldn't even join our work for maybe like weeks and all.
Hmm.
So yeah, like that's something that some sacrifices momentarily you need to do.
The demotivate the people is after doing all those hard work, there is very less guarantee that your product will be come out or
Correct.
you may be recognized even in the public. But at the end of the day, the things we are working upon is not valuable
Right.
that much or not get valued by the people. So
Correct.
that's what get drained mostly.
In India, there are only two career choices, that is doctor and engineer. So after you complete your 10th grade, you have your relatives and your peers coming. Ki, you take this stream, you take this, you become a doctor, you go for JEE, you go for NEET, and you do MBBS and engineering and stuff. On the other hand, research is the thing that is the backbone of what innovation is happening right now.
The main issue we face here in India engineering is suppose that this is the mobile or anything we are using. The problem here is not about we are using a product or creating a definitely here many things produced, but
Right.
how it is produced, what the things behind going on. Because every engineer product is the masterpiece of the depth research. Not only about how it works or what should, it's also about the upgrade
Correct.
that what more should be added. Like when it comes to the things like these entrepreneurship, startup things come out, it's more, mainly the lucrative part we get to know. Okay, he is
Yeah.
the founder, he is
Correct.
the CEO. They are doing a startup, some cool stuff is going on. They are raising the
Yeah.
money, they are getting the fund. But what about the behind work going on?
Yeah.
What the right approach should be? What money is in the market? I can pick it some investor and I will launch my product. But does it need to the market? Does it fit to the market?
Correct.
Basically, I can say.
Somehow, yeah, with the evolution we are advancing, and today the startup culture is somewhere from nowhere. Like I personally, I did my preparations from Kota. So yeah, everyone like I visited my friends' rooms and like it was all filled with like IITB CSE.
People tell you 10th ke baad it's sorted, but no. The real life, the real struggle starts after 10th or rather 12th. So 10th to 12th, if you are a science student, 10th to 12th will be all about JEE and NEET if you are an Indian. Because somewhere your friend, your parent, or someone in your surroundings will pop up and tell you ki bhai, yehi do options hai if you're taking science. No one even cares about research, no one even mentions about it.
JEE and UPSC can't be the last option. I get it. From my
Right.
view, it's the first option you have to explore. It was the first line which is set by the society, and you have tried it and you didn't go well because everyone is different. So you have to take down your own pathway and decide what is right, what's wrong. So yep,
Correct.
I don't think that would be your last decision.
So now, like since you're working on your startup called SOMFIN, so would you like to elaborate what is the startup about?
So we are like basically building a digital platform
Hmm.
which provides personalized financial literacy. What we do is like we provide on a very personalized and customized basis for each and every individual because
Hmm.
it's a very different journey for finances for each and every person in the market.
Correct.
So yeah, based on their experiences, based on their journey, we use our algorithmic procedures where we also have this adjacent features of like taking things automatically, like making it more flexible
Right.
and cater through their financial needs and organize them into three distinct features called safe, secure, and grow.
When it comes to the like financial literacy, there is many things available in the market and many resources going on. What we do is we personalize it for you. Like
Right.
okay, this is how much you are earning, and if you are not earning, okay, day to day expenses is going on because expenses is the thing that you can't control of, like some of the medical bills, rent, thing, groceries, along with your financial plans. Like if you are a student, you have the student loans, or if you have some old family member, their retirement plan, insurance going on. What the program statement we focused is the providing the right source to right people, connecting
Right.
with them that what's proper right to them, what is suitable for them. Basically, in India, it is currently a digital economy. The
Yeah.
things is getting out of hand very easily. Just one click payment done. So that's what
Yeah,
we are trying to solve.
absolutely. I think this is a major thing because when we have physical notes, we are kind of more conscious while spending, But I've realized this thing when we pay online, it's like we are not paying, the phone is paying for us. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we have this in the subconscious mind. So absolutely, this is a much needed thing, and I think you are working in the right direction.
Efficient goal of the startup is to create a good team,
Correct.
and good
Right.
great environment, because your
Right.
idea could be failed, your product could fail, everything can go wrong. But if
But
you have the
teams.
strong team, yep,
Correct.
they can regain you. They are the great backup. As you mentioned, like a plan ABC, the main plan ABC for a startup is their teammates. For research, I can say three things is mainly you have to focus is decision, direction, and your devotion. Decision,
Okay.
like if you are set to go, like if you have anything goals, like I want to do research in physics, math, or any area, you have to take a finite decision. Now when it comes to the decision, now you have to search for the direction, like which part of the, like applied math, applied physics, or some another part you are want to experience, some quantum physics you want to experience. You have to focus on the decision, direction, and now it's come to the devotion, because
Correct.
there is many part of the India where resource is not available, good things are not available, good materials are not available. So you have to be stable in your decision,
Right.
direction, and devotion. That's the three
Right.
things matter in the research.
Most important thing that you need to keep in mind while thinking of startup as a beginning.
When it comes to the startup, first is intention. When it comes to the intention, people always think, okay, I have to make a big number of money, make a $1 billion unicorn. I have to go to earn a lot of money and sell off things off. Some people think, okay, I have to genuinely solve the problem. I have to find the real solution. I have to help the people. But startup is a mid journey. You have to find your version, like what you are experiencing about. Even if you have intention to earn the money, oh, it's okay. You can go make an idea. There is many things going on. You can find it out and sell your ship. Now, when it comes to the intention, okay, intention is done. Now your goals, what aligning to your intention. Like if you have make money, then search the highlight area, like where the money is coming on, where the things is going on, prioritize that. And now when it comes is your perception about that. You have the intention, you have the goals. Now what about perception? Perception is that, okay, if you have earned $1 billion, you have sold off the company. What about perception of your past journey? Whether you will regret it about, or you have any something to more add up thing, or you are happy with it. That's what we are trying to. I want to say that a startup or
Correct.
building a startup should be focused on.
This thing, that this consistency, that I have this problem and all, but
Right.
no one can actually stop me from building the solution.
Correct.
So you must not lose your inspiration and consistency from anything. So like it's a very hardship. Like for research, I would say like exploring both of these paths, even for research, as you said, like this focus. So that's a very huge part. So for me, I was doing with classical mechanics, but my
Right.
project it involved quantum mechanics. I'll go for quantum mechanics then. But in startup, that doesn't provide a way. It's a very micro analysis of everything. So there what happens is like every time you go on for a startup, you'll have to be very much consistent that whatever comes up, I won't change my mind. Yeah, I might modify the solution based on that,
Right.
but
Right.
that doesn't end me up by leaving this startup.
I think we have had great insights in this session. A lot of knowledge for me as well.